Hey guys, what's going on? True Strength here. Today I have a Ret Paladin PvP guide for you all. This is going to be a short video compared to many other guides. I don't want to keep you all too long because most people just want to play the game and figure out a few pieces of information. So let's jump straight into the talents. Tier 15, I will be playing with Long Arm of the Law. This increases our movement speed by 45% for 3 seconds on a successful judgment. My judgment is only on a 5.2 second cooldown, so I will be able to keep this up pretty much all the time. Okay, of course your haste is going to affect the cooldown of your judgment, which I'll explain later. On our tier 30 talents, I'll be playing with Fist of Justice. This reduces our stun down to 30 seconds instead of 1 minute. You can also play with Evil as a point of view, which makes our turn evil able to fear enemy targets, such as players, instead of just being able to do it to their minions and such. This is okay depending on what kind of comp you're going up against and what kind of comp you're actually playing. Tier 45, I will be playing with Selfless Healer. Pretty much every 3 judgments, successful judgments, you'll get a instant cast free of mana Flash of Light that heals for 100k plus almost every time, so it's great for your off healing. Tier 60, this is a great talent. These are all 3 pretty great talents. I spend most of my time playing with Unbreakable Spirit. This reduces the cooldown of your Divine Protection, which is right here, by 30%, as well as Divine Shield and all that great stuff. But the big one here to me is Divine Protection. This reduces the magical damage you take by 40% for 3 seconds. Put this only on a 30-second cooldown anytime you're going up against a Wizard Cleave. There's only a 20-second period there where you have to worry about taking full damage because of the Divine Protection lasting for 10 seconds. So that's awesome. Clemency, let me read this off to you. You can use Hand of Freedom, Hand of Protection, Hand of Sacrifice, and Hand of Salvation twice before incurring their cooldowns. So pretty much you can use Hand of Sacrifice on your healer whenever he's hodged, trapped, or anything like that, and get him out of CC 2 times in a row before worrying about Hand of Sacrifice going on a cooldown. Oh yeah, Hand of Purity. This is great against like Shadow Cleave. It reduces damage over time effects taken, so that's really the only comp it's good against, but once again, it works. Tier 75, I will be playing with Holy Avenger. This makes it to where like your Judgment, Crusader Strike, and your Exorcism, instead of only generating 1 holy power, they would generate an automatic 3 holy power. This is great combined with your Avenging Wrath for burst, so you'll be able to get off more Templar's Verdicts, and it's just amazing damage. The other 2 really don't compare to Holy Avenger. The level 90 talents, I will be playing with Execution Sentence and Holy Prism. They're both great talents. I play with Holy Prism quite a bit just because it's only on a 20-second cooldown. I love short cooldowns. And it does great healing and great damage as well, so it's up to you guys. Just fiddle around with both of these and see which one you like more. Okay, so that's it for the talents. Let's jump into the glyphs. Okay, for the glyphs, guys, I'll start right here. Glyph of Burden of Guilt. Your judgments fill your target with doubt and remorse, reducing their movement speed by 50% for 2 seconds. This is amazing. It just gives us pretty much a 2-second slow. Yeah, it's only 2 seconds, but it's a slow. And considering the fact that we're using Judgment, it increases our speed by 45% once again. So we're going to be able to get on our target fairly quick and stick onto them fairly well. Also with this glyph right here, it'll be able to help us play with Seal of Truth more, which is a lot more damage compared to having to play with Seal of Justice. If your comp that you're playing with don't have a slow, then yeah, you will probably have to play with Seal of Justice, and you could mix and match your glyphs however. Anyway, our second glyph, Glyph of Templar's Verdict. This reduces our damage taken by 10% for 6 seconds after using our Templar's Verdict. And this is just huge help. It reduces your damage taken for an ability that we got to use, so it's great. Glyph of Word of Glory. Increase your damage by 3% per holy power spent whenever you cast Word of Glory. So 9% damage increase if you use a 3 holy power Word of Glory on your teammate or yourself. So it's good. Maybe you could use it to line up your burst or whatever. Another great glyph you can play with is Double Jeopardy. Judging a target increases your damage of your next judgment by 20%, but only if used on a second target. So this is great, especially if you plan on swapping a lot or anything like that. On our small glyphs here, none are really beneficial PvP. They're just something you could play around with for fun or whatever. So yeah, guys, I believe that's got the glyphs knocked out of the way. So let's jump into our stat priority. For the stats, it's going to be hit to 3%, then expertise to 3%. Make sure you have those two to 3%. That way we're not missing our abilities or they're not getting dodged. Because if we're missing and getting dodged on those abilities, then we're missing out on Holy Power. If we're missing out on Holy Power, we're missing out on damage, off healing, which is two of the big things that make a Ret Paladin a Ret Paladin. So make sure you have those 2 to 3%. Of course, strength's going to be our big main stat, but the big question is, what is our main secondary stat? Our main secondary stat is going to be haste. The reason I say this, haste reduces our global cooldown as well as the cooldown as our Crusader Strike and Judgment. When you have haste and able to do Crusader Strike and our Judgment more often, as well as a decreased global cooldown, we're going to be able to generate Holy Power quicker, which is going to lead to more off healing, more damage, which is two of the things that make a Ret Paladin a Ret Paladin. The secondary stats, as well as crit and mastery, they're equal to one another. You can kind of play around with crit and mastery and see which one benefits you more, which one you enjoy more. Personally, I play with crit. So, in a nutshell, guys, it's hitting expertise to 3%, which is greater than strength, which is greater than haste, which is greater than crit, and crit is greater than mastery. That's for me. Alright, time for the rotation, guys. I'll go ahead and read it off to you. That way you guys can write it down or whatever. It's Exorcism, which is greater than Hammer of Wrath, which is greater than Judgment, which is greater than Crusader Strike. The reason you want to keep Exorcism on a cooldown is whenever you run into combat and you get some white hits in, just regular melee swings, you have a chance of resetting the cooldown of your Exorcism. Now, if that happens and you haven't used it yet, you just missed out on a Holy Power and a load of damage. So make sure to keep it on cooldown. After your Exorcism, you're going to want a Judgment. Judgment, of course, gives us our speed boost, as well as reduces our enemy's movement speed. It also gains procs of Selfless Healer, which, after 3 successful Judgments, is going to give us a free instant cast Flash of Light. So make sure you have macro set up to where you can heal your arena partners, teammates, whatever. Then, of course, you're going to use your Crusader Strike. At this point, we're going to have 3 Holy Power. You're going to want to get Inquisition up right then. This is going to last for a full minute with your 3 Holy Power, of course. It increases our damage done by 30% and increases our critical strike by 10%, which is a huge DPS gain. There's no reason you should not have that up all the time. So, yeah, make sure to have it up constantly. But other than that, guys, you're going to want to make sure you keep Exorcism on a cooldown, keep your Judgment on a cooldown, and keep your Crusader Strike on a cooldown. And see right there, we just got an Exorcism proc. We can do wonderful stuff with that. So that's pretty much it, guys. Our rotation's fairly simple. Just once again, Exorcism, Judgment, Crusader Strike. Now, if we have Avenging Wrath up, it's going to be Exorcism, Hammer of Wrath, then Judgment, then Crusader Strike. Not too much of a difference. It's just during their Avenging Wrath, we're allowed to use Hammer of Wrath. So make sure to keep that in mind. But that's it in a nutshell, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I haven't been playing Ret Paladin too long, but I really enjoy it. It's grown on me. So if you want to see more content, just let me know. I already have some arena videos made I'm fixing to put up after I get this up, of course. So if you guys want to see more, just let me know in the comments below. If there's a question you want to ask or whatever, just let me know. But anyways, you guys have a great night. Peace.